Alright, let me see if sound is working. Testing. Okay, yeah, it does. Alright, let me see if sound is working. Testing. Okay, yeah, it does. Okay, so let's go. This is just probably not gonna be short, but it's just one edit. I already have the depth design partially done here, but people want to see different things with how to edit them. Okay, so let's go. This is just probably not gonna be short, but it's just one edit. I already have the depth design partially done here, but okay. Anyway, yeah. So for this, oh my dog. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at this depth design that I'm working on here. So it's not bad. Like right now, this isn't horrible, but there's some obvious problems. Um, like this background right here. This is not nearly dark enough. You're, if you're trying to get good depth, this wouldn't work at all. This would just be um, very light depth. It's just not gonna produce anything super great. This is what you would get straight out of probably something similar to this is what you're gonna get. Not even quite this good or anything like that out of one of these programs like Sculpt OK or whatever. That Sculpt OK is horrible, by the way. That guy's a thief. And either way, I want to use that one. But so let's just fix this background. Yeah, let's do that. So I started messing with it just a little bit. This is the actual image. This is the bas-relief image. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color it all black. All the background area that I want to be darker, I'm going to just go ahead and color it all black. I'm not going to talk while I do this. I'm just going to do it. You can see that I have my force for the brush is turned way down so that if I'm not perfect when I'm painting this, it's not that big of a deal because I have to go over it like 3 times to darken it to black. So if I'm not perfect when I'm going around the edges here, you won't really notice it because, again, I have to go over it a couple times before it's black. So just kind of gives you a little bit of leeway if you're not able to paint it perfectly. And I'm just going around the outside because I'll fill all this in much quicker with a little bit bigger brush. So for right now, I just need to go around the outside with a small brush for obvious reasons. This is the most, by the way, this is the reason I'm doing this, that I chose to show this, is because this is the most common problem with depth designs for laser engraving, especially because people aren't putting in any work. They're just using a program. Like I said, uh, DepthR is about to get an update. I'm helping a little bit with designing DepthR, and that one's completely legit. It's using overlays and stuff that I designed. It's not using anything stolen from anybody else or anything like that. But you know, it's not going to be as good as Sculpt OK because Sculpt OK is using a bunch of other people's work and things that they figured out in their models. Some of them are open source and some of them aren't, which is why I really don't like that guy that made it. It's some guy from England that has a server running through China. It's obvious that he's bamboozling. Um, but either way, the thing is when you see all these designs, when you use any of these, it's making a very basic depth design. It's not completed. It's not specifically created for laser engraving. It just is what it is. It's just like making an AI image. Yep, it's an image. But it's not specifically designed for engraving. You have to edit it and do different things to make it better and make it actually for engraving and make it come out as best as possible. When you're engraving stuff, every single medium is different. You know, like I edit my images differently for wood, for slate, for every different medium that I engrave on. Almost every medium I engrave on, I have to edit the image differently because it's not um, any of the programs you're using and different things that you're using. It's not creating specifically something for laser engraving. It's just creating, uh, something that can be used after it's been edited properly. Um, so you could tell. What I was going to say is you could tell because when you look at here's the depth design. This is what you're going to see normally whenever you're downloading anybody's uh, depth design for laser. This is the type of crap you're going to see. Something like this that either hasn't been edited whatsoever or has almost nothing done, pretty much nothing done to it. You could tell if the background isn't darker to have more depth. That's an obvious sign. If the contrast is really bad, like this is right here, it's an obvious sign that you're just buying or downloading some crap that someone didn't put any work into. and you could literally just use one of the programs yourself to make stuff, then it's it's a very uh, easy business to scam people right now because it's so new. All of this is so new. Everything AI, depth design for lasers in general. It's all so new. So there's just a million um, scammers out there looking to try to figure out how they can get in on this. Yeah, it's frustrating. Nobody wants to put any time into anything that they're doing, and they just don't really care. They're just trying to get monies. So that's why today I'm going to show you the difference between that and something that's actually been made for specific. Anyway, something that's specifically made for and doing depth work with lasers. That's what I was trying to say before my headset died. I know I'm not looking at the chat. I don't know if anybody's tried to post any messages, but I don't have everything set up on this on my bedroom computer properly right now. Just the basics. What is this? Okay, so now I have all that background outline done, so I'm just going to color it all in here black. And this, again, this is the actual image that I had to start with. It's not, it's not part of the final product. I'll show you what I'm going to do here in a minute. Just turning up the size some and the force a lot so that I can just color it in easily, the rest. Alright, so here we go. Now we have the entire background black, right? So all I'm going to do now is copy this. Then we're going to go to the depth design that is in the works. And I'm just going to simply paste it over it. I'm going to go to opacity. I'm just going to color it till... Whoa. Till it gets dark. For this design, it's actually so light that it's taking me a lot to make it dark, so I'm actually going to look into maybe possibly doing something else here. Oof, I don't like the options that I have. Actually, I know what to do. Here's what we're going to do for this one. Remove that. Let's select all this, turn the threshold down, and then hold down Control, or actually in this it's probably Shift. Hold Shift. Okay, so all I've collected is the background. I'm going to copy that. We're going to paste it over to here, and then we're going to turn the opacity to about here. Oh, I see the problem. Perfect. Turn it up just a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Now, that's much better. The next thing we're going to do here is remove the rest of the ring. We'll keep this. That looks okay. Okay. File. Just kind of going around the edge, just kind of even things out a little bit with a little bit of black painting, just to darken it slightly, add a little shading, better transition. Nope. Mm. All right, I'm going to say good enough for that. I always like to add a black ring around it at the end. Make it a little bit bigger. That looks pretty good. What that does is just to show the depth a little bit better. Actually, select invert now and colors invert. All right, that's looking pretty good. Turn the brightness down and the contrast up just a little. Need to make sure you guys zoom in and make sure there's no flat spots. I'm going to turn the exposure up until I start seeing a flat spot. All right. Good, right there. Now I have the brightest I can possibly get it without creating any type of flat spots, so that when it engraves, because it'll show the flat spot when it engraves and it'll look like crap. All right. This ring would be way too big, so whatever. Actually, what I'll do is take this, select, invert, copy, file new, something a little bit smaller. We'll go like 925. Perfect. So that's how it'll look with the ring. That looks good. Alright, so I'm probably going to call it here. I'm going to enhance it and clean it up one more time, and then I'm going to start engraving it. So that's pretty much it for this. I have no clue if anybody's even going to watch this or anything, but there you go. Oh, I guess a couple people. Okay. Thank you guys for watching.